Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to be somebody that you're not? How'd that work out? Today, I'm going to share a story that might just shake you to your core. It's about an actor named Rainn Wilson and what he discovered about success, something nobody is talking about. Picture this, Broadway, 1995, Rainn's big break, his first major role. And you know what he did? The exact thing most of us do every single day. He tried to be somebody else. In his head, he had this image of the perfect Broadway actor, professional, serious, matter of fact. And you know what happened? His words, not mine. I sucked, he said. Not for a day, not for a week, but for 6 straight months. Can you imagine that? Showing up every single night, knowing that you're terrible, but still trying to be somebody else? Here's where it gets interesting. After those 6 months of torture, Rainn made a decision that would change everything. He said, never again would he try to be somebody else. Never again would he hide his quirks. Never again would he deny his weirdness. And then something magical happened. The moment he decided to be himself, the moment he embraced his authentic voice, the moment he stopped apologizing for who he was, he landed the role of a lifetime. Dwight Schrute on The Office, and television history was made. Think about that for a moment. His biggest failure led to his greatest success, the moment he stopped fighting himself. But here's the part that might shock you. He says, I never would have gotten Dwight had I not gone through the suffering on that play. Let that sink in. Your struggles trying to be somebody else or something else, they're not just painful lessons. They're pointing you toward your true power. Here's the breakthrough moment. The people who make the biggest impact, they're not the ones with the perfect image. They're the ones who embrace their weirdness, their uniqueness, their quirkiness and sassiness. Because that's where the magic happens. That's where your voice emerges. That's where your stories come alive. That's where your endearing personality becomes magnetic. But wait, there's more. Let me tell you about something even more powerful. You see, I've studied the people who make the biggest impact, the ones who really move the needle, the ones who change the game entirely. And you know what I discovered? They're not the ones following the crowd. They're not the ones checking every box. They're not the ones putting others on a pedestal. No, they're the ones who got really comfortable with the purest form of themselves. Think about that. Every unique analogy that you make, every subtle observation you notice, every story that you can tell, that's the pure gold, that's the raw power, that's the true impact. And here's the $1 million truth. The moment you stop copying others, the moment you stop seeking approval, the moment you embrace your voice, that's when the magic happens. Because now you don't have to fake anything. You don't have to remember your lines. You don't have to wear somebody else's mask. No, you're just you. And that's where the real fun begins. That's where the true value emerges. That's where your edge appears. Let me make this crystal clear. No one, and I mean no one, has ever been exactly like you before. No one will ever be exactly like you again. So here's my question. Why are you trying so hard to be like everyone else? Why are you hiding your quirks? Why are you dampening your light? Think about it. When you're like everybody else, you're replaceable. By definition, when you're authentically you, that's your monopoly. That's your edge. That's your superpower. So here's your assignment for today. Take out your journal. Write down 3 things that make you different. 3 things that you've been trying to hide. Now, circle the one that scares you the most. That right there. See, that's your gold mine. That's your difference maker. That's your breakthrough waiting to happen. Because here's the deal. Being you isn't just easier, though it is. Being you isn't just more fun, though it is. Being you is your only path to greatness. So today, right now, make a decision. Will you keep trying to be someone else or something else? Or will you finally embrace who you are? The choice is yours, but remember, your weird is your wonderful. Your quirks are your qualities. Your differences are your destiny. Now go out there and show us who you really are, because that's what the world is waiting for. And share below what makes you uniquely you. What's your weird? Let's celebrate your uniqueness, beautiful, funky weirdness together. So keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep being uniquely and unapologetically you.